Welcome back, everyone. We are finally getting back into the 2v2 match here, and things are getting frisky as we are in our second uh, match of the best of three in the round of 16. This is the Amo. Shadow is with me once again. How are we doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
So, sorry about the delay on that. We'll be getting to the pick bands here basically right now, soon as I can switch right over. So, what did we learn from the first match coming into the second one that you want to talk about?
So what we saw in the first match was the bot lane ADC support duo uh, outperforming kind of a non-standard pairing in lane. Um, so far tonight we've seen that kind of have the edge early on. I'm not sure that it's overall stronger, just that probably there's a lower floor to make that pairing work. I'm expecting to see um, probably at least one of those ADC combos here. That'd be my guess. Um, but I know Skippy and Bucci Boy, we played in their group, and they did not play an ADC support combo. So I'm kind of expecting them to go more of the um, probably like a poke mage combo from them would not have surprised me. I think they're the ones that ran a lot of Karma. So I'm kind of looking for uh, maybe them to go back to the Karma pick.
Okay. We'll definitely see what they actually come up with here. I'm just excited that we're actually back into the matches here and getting everything going along the way. As I try and go back to my documents. What team numbers are these again?
Now it's interesting, Foozle Bamboozle and Lucky Maverick banning Heimer away. I think Heimer was picks um, they had used previously, so they've done their homework, done some scouting. Like to see that.
B1 versus A4. Just setting everything back up because we weren't exactly sure when things were going to go live.
Fear the powerful you do not see.
As we jump in. So B1 is this is the number one seed from Group B versus going up against the number four seed from Group A, where we just actually had that was C and D, C1 versus D4. So on the side of B1, we got Skippy is for you on the Ezreal and Bushi Boy on the Karma.
Yeah, they made that work repeatedly in a number of games, so not surprising to see them going back there. Foozle and playing the Teemo and going with Cassiope, we got a poison comp here.
Oh, I was about to say the burn, but it's the poison burn. Is going to be
In the world
absolutely
you fight,
ridiculous,
come
right?
with flame.
Now, what's interesting is Cassiopeia gets to her E is reset on a poisoned target.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
It
bet that
does.
gets to work off of any poison, not just her own.
It does.
So clearly some attempted synergy we're going to see here.
Yeah, I call it the burn 2v2. There was a if you can do brand is kind of the same way.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, geez, third part. Is this?
Now, Cassiopeia running teleport, Teemo running ignite.
Minions have spawned.
and on the other side, Ezreal running Teleport and Karma running Ignite. So match summoners there, kind of a mix of combat versus utility.
Okay. Sorry about that. Trying to make sure the settings were all good on this end. This is a lot of AP coming across. Although, once again, the corrupting potion for a champion, we did. I don't think that's in the 2v2 situation. I don't think it's so helpful.
Well, and the other thing that we talked about in the last cast was having one player take a support item for the free gold and then funneling all the CS to one of the champions. Bucci Boy is running Spell Thief's Edge on Karma, so Karma's going to be getting a lot of free gold on her poke. No such luck on the other side.
Yeah, I think just the Karma and Ezreal outpoke the Cassiopeia Teemo.
Yeah, that is a lot of poke. Now, the one thing though, like the poison combo, there's a lot of burn there.
But Ezreal can get away, and Karma's got the shield, right? Like, that's a ton of burn that just went on Karma, but she's going to be able to, like, heal it up, and Ezreal's not touched, right? Like, either one of them... And Ezreal has teleport, so Ezreal's going to be able to back and buy and come back to lane with, like, a sheen, right? And then you're just... Then you can start getting tower damage. As soon as you start getting tower damage, like, the match is over, right? There's two ways to win. Take the tower and kill the champions.
Yeah, I would definitely think this is not going to be as quickly resolved as the previous match.
Okay, or you can just go right into Teemo under tower. Like, if Cassiopeia was going up against, like, two bruisers and they had to, like, melee walk it in to, like, get the level 6 off, that'd be a great pick, right? So much zone control, but in the 2v2 ranged, which I think is where the meta's probably going to end up going for most of the time, it's just not going to be worth it. Like, her poke isn't far enough away. The burn is nice if you continue the poison damage, the toxicness, but it's just not going to be enough as they just... As soon as the tower plates start coming in, then there's going to be a gold swing. You can back and buy in this, and it's going to be pretty drastic here, I think, on the slow whittling down of this tower.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely what you go for here, and you can see Ezreal already pulling out to a pretty significant CS lead, so he's going to get back at some point, come back with a decent item, at least Sheen.
And Karma has a gold per item, right?
Yes, so every time she hits somebody, she gets free gold.
Yeah, well, Teemo, once again, and now picked up boots. Foozle, what are you doing? Why are you wearing socks? Seriously, I think he left his brain. Come on, Foozle. I mean, it's not okay. I don't want to be too mean on him.
I mean, I get what he's going for there. It helps you dodge the Karma Q, the Ezreal poke. So I get the thought, and obviously an early buy didn't have a ton of gold. But that's not a great first buy, obviously. So Cassiopeia's going back. Cass is running teleport, so I would expect her to come back quickly. Don't forget to move yourself on the fountain.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you have to keep moving yourself. Well, what did Cass do?
Cass came back with an amp tome and a bunch of pots, so definitely looking to deal with their poke.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with what they're doing here. At this point, you just go Doran's rings, right? You get the health, you get the mana, like the ability power. It's way more cost effective than an amp tome. Like gold efficiency, it's way more effective. And I think that's, I mean, spending your gold wisely is super important in this aspect, particularly for the 2v2, right? Because, like, the boots will help you move around so you don't get hit by skill shots, but they don't give you any combat stats, at which point you have to win via combat stats in this aspect because you're going to lose the poke war, which then leads to you losing the tower war, right? They haven't dealt any damage to the tower, and both of them have already had the back. Once you get to level 6, I guess you can shroom up the lane so the minions can't push in, but then you don't have any cooldown reduction to actually get your mushrooms up. And this is completely different from the last match we saw where they were just fighting the entire time. This is just that annoying poking back and forth.
Now we're starting to see Teemo and Cass have a little bit of a push here. They're no longer under their tower for the first time in basically since the game started.
I mean, Karma's backing now, but Ezreal will hit 6 here probably with this wave. Of course, not in spectator mode doesn't let us see that, but should be getting pretty close.
Okay, they're starting to land a little bit more pokes, assert themselves a little bit more.
Uh-oh, Foozle.
Ooh, tower aggro. Gotta watch out for the poison burn.
Skippy has teleport. If he dies, it's okay. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. Good job. There's the boots for you. Ooh, flash. Okay, Foozle. Let's keep it clean.
That was an aggressive flash, like the
Oh,
thought.
well. There's first blood. And Karma has actually picked up the red trinket, looking for shrooms already. Shrooms and wards. Interesting, with going for the red trinket. That'll be really helpful with the Teemo because you'll be able to cancel out the traps.
Yeah, good, smart playing right there. Alright, well everyone's back up, so no harm, no foul on the kill. And they're kind of slow pushing the wave here while Ezreal's walking back to lane.
Yeah. Ezreal saving the teleport in case he absolutely needs it later. But summoners are down on my side. Ezreal's flash and flash for Karma and Igniter down. Or I can't see the other summoners. How about the...
Both flashes are up plus Ignite for Teemo. Teleport's about halfway back for Cass. So all the combat summoners are up for Foozle and Lucky Maverick.
So hopefully the gold. Ho! There's the all-in. The problem is, though, Karma's going to be able to just walk this out. I mean, even if it goes down, they wasted everything. Flashes, ignites, burn.
Yeah, that's all 3 summoners. Now what they are going to get here, though, is a lot of damage on this turret.
Now, will they get the first plate? I thought the plate would have been totally on the other side. They actually got the first plate. This poison is actually doing a lot more now that they've finally got a few items under their belt.
Yeah, Cass in particular is going to do a lot. If Teemo gets a single bit of poison on anyone, she is just going to mash E and probably get off 3 or 4 of those abilities.
Teemo's putting down shrooms now. Ezreal just doesn't have wave clear enough, and this, I think, is what we kind of underestimated, is if Karma doesn't use her abilities for wave clear, then Ezreal's single target damage is not enough to clear out the waves. Where Cassiopeia and the help of Teemo shrooms can clear them out faster, so they can get the better push going on. Oof.
Foozle definitely on the low side here. Gonna have to be careful. But the Ezreal ult is down.
Now, interesting, Cassiopeia is going to be running out of mana here real soon. She's going to have to back, but Ezreal's also out of mana.
There's a big health advantage on blue side here. And Karma built Chalice of Harmony, so she's got a lot of magic resist, so she's going to be avoiding the worst of their poison damage off the bat.
Yeah, that's a great item to pick up pretty well. Apparently we are quiet. So I thought I fixed this, going from one match to the other, but just speak a little louder, Shadow.
Yeah. I'll do what I can.
We'll see. Oh, Foozle. Oh no, Foozle. You got too. One more? And ignite. Yep. He got too close. He got too close. The Karma speed up really helpful in that end spec. So Karma going 2 for 1 onto the Teemo. Cassiopeia has gotten the return kill onto Karma. But I think it has to be the gold aspect, right?
Well, it's the magic resist. Ezreal does have a commanding gold lead. He has as much CS as the other team has combined. And this is the problem for them now, because he's going to start doing a lot of damage this turn.
There was a small window in there, I think when they both hit 6, and it was 6 to 6, that they had an opportunity in that all-in. But when Lucky Maverick flashed in, both Ezreal and the Karma turned, so they only got slowed instead of stunned. With the
Yeah, that was
roll.
fast reflexes for them, so nice to see that.
I think that's definitely the reason here. And then we're back to the wave clear game.
Some wards down, making sure they see exactly where they're going to be hiding.
And Karma has actually picked up the Mikhail's Crucible. So even if Ezreal now gets hit by the ult from Cassiopeia, and Karma doesn't, Karma can just pop that right on Ezreal, give him a cleanse. So I mean, with the cleanse, now the stun aspect isn't even there. Because Foozle's just gonna have to throw shrooms down to try and clear out the minions before they can get to tower. And then we're back to the poke game. I mean, they're tanking shots under tower, so one of them can back. It's kind of a rough... It's been a kind of a back and forth in the poke wars, I guess, though.
Here's that tower damage they're getting. This is the third plate going down real quick here. There it goes.
And they got 3 plates in the 2v2 in mid lane. It's pretty impressive. Can they get 4? I mean, 5 is, the end of the game, right? It's done. But to get 3 plates means you've got that extra amount of gold.
Right, that's, what are we, it's 160 per plate, so that's 3 of that. I'm bad at math while I'm watching League. 500 gold, something like that?
Something like that, depending on how they split it up amongst the 2 champions.
Alright, so plates are down, so no extra gold, but now...
Oh, Teemo dead.
Oh no! Oh no! Teemo was shopping.
And that's part of the problem with not having spectator mode, is I couldn't see it. Lucky Maverick trying the all-in.
There it is.
There's the ace. He knew the tower was going down without Teemo, so that's the end of that. And out.
Alright.
So, excellent.
That was a good match. Very, very back and forth. You saw both teams have advantages that they tried to press. But I think the poke overall just ended up being way too strong. So now headed into game 2, we'll look to see how they react to it. I would assume we're going to see Karma go away. Because Karma was a big problem there.
Was Skippy for you on Karma? I think so.
Yes.
I should probably remember these champions as I put them into the document. But I kind of like the double burn, right? The double toxic burn.
You know, it did a lot more work than I kind of was expecting. I think if they weren't up against a team that was so effective at poking them down from range, I think it would have been a really effective comp. So I'll be interested to see if maybe they don't try to go back to it if they can take away some of that massive range. Well, believe it or not, they have not banned Karma,
They've gone a completely different route.
so they must feel they have some comp that could deal with that. Oh. Draft lobby going to be remade here.
Let's see. Was Lux, then
Lux, not Leona.
They move right in. So, I mean, with completely different bands, they went for Kled, Fiora, Urgot. So, if you're a top laner and you've banned Kled, Fiora, Urgot, what do you think you're playing?
I think all those champions are just some of their better solo queue champions. They might decide to try to put them onto something they're not super familiar with. I think that's the strategy they might be going for here, but we're going to see. I'm very interested to see what they have to answer with here, because they didn't ban the Karma, and I wouldn't be shocked to see that come back at all, because that was just, he plays it so well. His itemization was smart. He switched to sweeper as soon as he could, because he knew Teemo was going to be dropping shrooms, right? All of it was just very well done. To me, it's really surprising that wasn't taken away, because I think that enabled pretty much everything, every advantage they got.
So we load up here, switch the title names.
Well, this is quite a comp.
Yeah.
Look at this. Yuumi Soraka
Versus Viger Malzahar.
We'll see your poke and we will match it.
Yeah, it's we got some Healy pokey champion, except for, Viger Malzahar will be able to kill one of them. But these are both Ares with Resolve, so they definitely have taken the runes here to keep the heals a coming. And if you can, Soraka can't heal Yuumi, because Yumi's untargetable while Yuumi is on Soraka.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Unless it's with her ult, because that just heals everyone on your team. So
I don't even know. I can't even begin to speculate how this is all going to play out.
They're both going Dark Seal, so they're gonna have the healing from the potion. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gonna. Now the key is they have to actually get there with enough AP and health and mana regen for the healing, right? Where you just mana heal everything, and Yuumi. But Yuumi just got freaking nerfed in the patch.
Her damage.
Her damage, yeah.
Her damage was definitely nerfed.
Although the Malzahar and Viger, that's going to be just so much control.
Yeah, they're going to be pushing endlessly. Like, it's not even going to be difficult for them to push.
Yuumi, you got to jump off and hit some minions here, little cat. Because Soraka throw bananas all the night long, but you are not gonna kill like very much. They're gonna pretty much take control. Oh jeez.
CS not off to a great start, but actually, you know what? They're actually even. So I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna take that back.
Yeah, but Malzahar's kind of hard to CS at the early levels, depending on how you do it. Uh-oh. Fuzel is trying to... Oh, right, the cage. I wanted to wait for the cage. Has not landed a Q yet.
Now, what I would like to see Soraka do is use her poke a bit more effectively. Because Soraka's poke is really oppressive, right? Her one ability just shows up on the ground.
She's
More or
level
less.
2. I don't think she didn't start with E. Uh-oh.
There it is. There it is. Drops the Malzahar shield.
Yeah, but they did it in the I mean, within 4 minions with the cannon. Like, they just absolutely ate all the poke coming back at them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be constantly pushed under tower. Oh. And that's first blood. That gets annoying, by the way. Really annoying. I keep forgetting the move. The box keeps coming up telling me I'm going to be bleed busted or whatever. AFK punished in a custom game. You think moving around the screen would be enough, as Yumi has nothing to jump to, no protection whatsoever. Not working. Yumi can't teleport back now either, not that either one of them have teleport. I think this is pretty much B1's win, right? Like, I don't see much of a way that this heal comp doesn't... They can't push fast enough to get into Malzahar Vigor. Their poke doesn't work because Malzahar has shield, which will decrease as time even though Yumi's poke will increase, but Yumi would have to land poke consistently on Malzahar, so the shield doesn't come up. The silence is nice, but the baby cage from Vigor is a longer range than the Soraka silence field.
I don't see how this comp comes online before the Malzahar Vigor combo just takes a turret down or they ace them.
I mean, mana-wise, I mean, Vigor and Malzahar spend a lot of money on mana, but... I mean, well, that's a problem. It's not the end of the world. The Dark Seals, they don't stack anymore, right?
They're
heal?
both unique. They're both unique passives, correct?
Yeah. So getting 2 of them doesn't help like it used to.
I mean, it still extends the potion healing. You still get that.
Yeah. But it doesn't do the, was it the... I guess it does the mana, right? So... But you're not
Yeah, it
getting
still
any
has the mana.
health. I don't know, do you go... I mean, it's cheap. It's a cheap item. So, if you're needing a cheap item, I'm not sure where they're going. Uh-oh. That's... I mean, that's so much damage. Vigor can't kill anyone yet because he's not 6. But it's not like Soraka Yumi is going to do a great job of preventing anything. And there's a shield, and now here comes a full mana'd up Malzahar with a lost chapter, and that's pretty much going to be the lane. Whoops.
Yeah, Soraka Yumi just had to recall. They're both back in base. And this is going to be a lot of damage on that tower.
Yeah. As soon as they hit level 6, they have Ignite. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. How much damage they just... They didn't even do that with a cannon wave. They did that with like a regular wave. part of it, like with the next one, because the Malzahar's like little minions.
Yeah, Malzahar's minions do tower damage. I
Well,
always
no, the
found that to be
Malzahar minions just tanked tower shots.
Well, yeah, that too. That too. But look at the healing that just came out from.
Yeah, I mean this is a good comp, right? The Yumi Soraka works, the healing works. The problem is they're both down a level, and their tower is already less than half health before anyone hit level 6. So they just can't push back. They're gonna have to get into a combo, and see there's an ignite, and down goes, and there's the Malzahar ult, and that's gonna be a dead Yumi. Ooh, just missed flash Q coming out.
There
Boy.
it
That is game number 2 and the series over to B1.
Yeah, it was an okay idea, but the playing it into the Vigar Malzahar, they just did not have any way of answering the push and the damage.
And I think that's part of the 2v2 theory, right? No one has seen the other comps that they've ran before in the group stages. Those have been all been private. We don't know what people played. They don't know each other played. And with that information being private, this is the first time that they've seen these comps. So maybe the Soraka Yumi had gotten them a win already in the group stage. So, like I said, different meta, new opponents, and Skippies for you and Busey Boy came out on top.
Yep. Yeah, well played all around. Like to see the creativity there. I mean, of all the champions that, you know, of all the combinations of champions you could see, I don't think that's one that I would have guessed. But they brought it up. They tried to make it work, and you saw the healing there, right as right before the second match ended. They absorbed a ton of damage as soon as they got back to lane, and one ability later, and they were filled up again. So you could kind of see what they were going for. It just wasn't able to work out for them.
Yeah, so we're going to see if we can get someone from the winner bracket. So as of right now, we have 2 matches down, and the
What's
team wins.
up?
What is up, winners? You may not know, but your team is now B1 because you are from Group B in the number 1 seed.
That better be bronze.
Bronze one,
because
baby.
I suck. I did not feed the kids in Africa this game. All right, you guys are all witness. Whenever Skippy complains about me feeding, he can go shove it.
Well, first off, so the enemy team, they had a theme. And in the first match, it was Poison Burn, however you want to look at it. In the second match, it was Healy Poke, and you guys just seem to pick the right counter to it in the blind pick each time.
Well, we called out the poison comp when we saw the team select and what was going into the first game. We're like, oh, they're doing a poison comp. Just stay back at your turret and push. Don't even bother fighting. Because we knew we would outshove them, especially with the karma. So, I mean, that was our strategy there, was just get the turret and not even bother fighting them. We didn't want to take that chance of getting melted.
Well, and I think that was a good idea because at one point they had gotten an item under their belts and they were starting to push back a little bit. And
Yep.
You could see kind of what they were going for, because Teemo would get a little bit of poison on someone, and Cass would, mash her E a bunch of times. There was a lot of damage coming out of there. So I can definitely understand not wanting to fight that, and I think you guys played that really, really intelligently.
Thank you.
It really came down to Skippy saying, "Okay, don't be stupid."
Yeah.
Motivational words brought to you by Skippy is for you.
Yeah, in the group stages, we had a theme where one of us would just not have a good game, and we just feed and feed and feed. So we step back and we're like, okay, we need to play this a little more intelligently and
A little more passive.
hopefully, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a completely different showing than the first match of the night. So, for everyone else, I know you happen to be on night 1, so no strats or anything, everyone going in. But going in, it's going to be a little bit harder, starting to see what everyone likes to do, what everyone likes to play. But at the same time, there's been a ton of variety. We haven't seen a single champion repeat picked yet.
Yeah. And a big thing is, I mean, you look at the bans and what we played. I mean, Malzahar, that's 60% of Skippy's champion pool. Karma and Brand, like they banned Brand in game one. I'm like, oh man, I really wanted to play Brand. But, you know, you got a big thing in picking bans is ban what you don't want to play against and pick toward what you want.
Now I am kind of curious, right? You saw, I played against you guys in the group stage, and Karma came out, I think, both games in our matches, and then obviously you played Karma in the first match of tonight's series. What was the thinking for switching up and not playing Karma the second game? Was that planned? Did you think they had something that they were gonna counter Karma with, or take us through your thinking there?
So, we looked at the bans, saw that Malzahar was left open, so that's already a go-to pick that Skippy is going to want. It's his most played champion. And
Karma
then,
doesn't mesh very well with Malzahar, unfortunately.
I'm sitting there thinking through, it's like we need somebody that can kind of create that field for Malzahar to get his abilities off and just kind of give him free reign to ult whoever he wants. So that's where I'm just like, you know what? Just give me Viger.
Yeah, the Veigar cage into the Mouse Q, or the Mouse E, and then the Mouse Q would
Oh yeah,
do a ton of damage.
yeah. I think Vigar is a pretty popular pick from what I've seen because it's a pretty tight lane with 4 people in a very small space, and one you don't respect that range one time and it can turn the fight. So yeah,
you saw in game 2 where I was just chunking both of them out. I'm not too sure where the Yuumi kind of came into that. We were a little confused.
Yeah, we were scared. We walked into the game. We're like, we have no clue what to expect. We're both going to buy Morellos. This is a unique set of champions that we're playing against. So we honestly didn't know what to do against that comp. So same thing. We're just like push.
If you had ran like maybe like an 80 carry, like a Caitlyn that has some push but not a lot of push, and like a tank support, like maybe like an Alistar, you have to all in them, and the Soraka and the Yuumi have too much healing to like, deal with the poke, right? But the problem is they don't have enough poke to put out, right? They don't have. It's basically putting Soraka into like a melee support works better than 2 AP burst mages.
Honestly, Soraka Yuumi, you have to play aggressive. You have to use those early rocket Qs and healing that she gets from it, and you have to use the Yuumi poke in your benefit. If you don't get the early step up on the lane, you're just going to fall behind because you're just trying to mitigate what they're doing to you.
Yeah, and that's the one time that they did get off some healing. Like Soraka was down to like less than a quarter of her health, and like between her heal with the dark seals and the potions and the Yuumi, she was like back at full before the next wave even hit. So if there's a situation for it, and it's not a bad comp. I just think that it's in the blind pick aspect. There's like 10 options, and 1 is better than 2, is better than 3, is better than 4, is better than 5, but then 10 is then not as good as 1, right? It's kind of a circle of superiority. Or
you have to play
depending on which end you look at it.
You have to play the game. The rules are you have to get an ace or you have to get a turret. If in order to get one of those or either of those things, you have to have some sort of lane priority or way to force your engage onto them and put them out of position. If you can't get lane control, then you're not, it's going to be a very rough game to win.
Yeah, so before we spill too much beans here, we do have, the rest of the round 16 coming up over the next few days. So congratulations on the win, gentlemen, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you, Fussel. Thank you, Maverick. Great games. Thanks for streaming, guys.
Thanks, guys.
No problem, guys.
Have a good night.
And then Shadow, do you have anything before we send it off?
No, just a quick comment on again the sheer creativity we've seen tonight. Right, I know these are the first games we've streamed, but there's no particular meta that has been set. We saw a bunch of different comps. We saw a bunch of different strategies. Obviously, some worked better than others, but I think we're going to see some similar diversity in champs and comps and strategies in the coming games. So really looking forward to seeing what people break out.
Yeah, I am as well. So tomorrow night we have another